Welcome, adventurers, to Heaven's Vault. We are still on that moon in the cyclones, and there is so much to find out, so much to explore. We found out that something connected to the emperors must have, or someone connected to the emperors must have lived here. We found a tomb, or a grave, and there must have been another dead body that we didn't find yet, though. And here's a shrine with a goddess from Mercy, though. I'm being short with you? What? Like what? Shortness of tone, mistress. He said that already in Mercy. So yeah, we found here a shrine with the goddess of Mercy in another stone artifact that is younger than the structures here. So somebody brought it with him and put the goddess in. We took the goddess. And you're Robot 6. I don't need to be nice to you. Well, you could still. I don't know why Myri wanted me to take you with me. The professor cares about your safety. Is he a spy? I can handle myself. Perhaps Master Renba had the same thought, mistress. Yeah, and we found, close to the shrine, this. A little cave. It'll be dark in there. Renba? Nothing. Oh, we cannot go in there. Wait. Is that all? It's not dark. There's a weird sound though. Okay, maybe we shouldn't go in there. And back there, I think we can walk back there behind those rocks. There is the wreckage that we saw from afar. Look at that. The smoke. By all the moons and waters. It's a ship. I mean, it was a ship. So, was it Renba's ship is the question. And did Renba survive somehow? Blackened. Presumably the ship was still burning as it fell. This was the hull. It must have been an explosion, mistress. Enough to be seen on Mercy. Lightships don't usually explode. Janiki must have used an inadvisable propellant to travel. Huh. Why would he do that? The fire here must have burned up a lot of air. The remaining atmosphere is thin, mistress. Still, I believe the fire was extinguished before it consumed the whole ship. I suppose. I always assumed we could find Renba. I assumed... I don't know. Mary made it sound like he'd run away. Perhaps you can take the matter up with Renba in his next life, mistress. So what do we do now? Return to Ajax and inform Professor Myri, mistress. Not before we find evidence that he is dead. Because there should be some remains, right? There's something wedged under here. Seems to have survived the fire. Please, please don't be an arm. Oh, that would be evidence though. It's not an arm. A coin with 6 sides. I would guess it dates from the early empire. This must have been aboard Shaniki's ship, another of his finds. I don't recognize the face. No emperor, I know. The edge looks like it's edged with small symbols. The precision required for this. This one is a fractured piece from a longer inscription. Hexagonal coin. Oh. We have a number. On a coin it would make sense. Off. Ah. That is wrong. Of great worth. It's a coin. I'd say this comes from the same source as the heavily scratched tablet and the statue that we discovered on the side of Renba's cut. It must have been common to travel between the two sites. Sides from the mural? Huh. It got smaller. The region where all those things come from. It must have burned for days. And Shaniki? Mistress, there is no hope. Janiki must have been sailing when it fell. He cannot possibly have survived. No, I'm looking. I only believe what I see. What is that? This channel comes up from the rock. The wellspring must be down there somewhere. The spring is dead now, mistress, and you are breathing the last air this moon has to offer. Shaniki is not here, mistress. Neither is anyone else. Are you ready to get yet, mistress? Don't hassle me. Okay, up there was the well, but there was an option to get down there. Do we see anything? No. Is there a way down? There might be more clues down there. I do not believe it would be wise, mistress. Indeed, I believe it would be quite the opposite. Someone lived out here. They irrigated the land, prayed here in the eye of the cyclones. Some kind of hermit? I don't think so. I think they were refugees. So, We can't do anything? According to legend, the last emperor disappeared after Ajax fell. He didn't die there with everyone else. Are you suggesting he came here? Yep, exactly. That's what I'm suggesting. Why not? It would explain a few things. Not last that crown. Or at least. Yeah, right? And the shrine. And everything else. There's nothing else we can do. Well, Shaniki, I couldn't find you. There's nothing we can do here, 6. Nothing at all. What's with that tree, though? Let's call the last time. There must be something. What I can't figure out is this. What was Renba doing finding ancient sites? He must have been following some kind of trail, mistress. But how that trail began and where it was leading him? Most unclear. I mean, we could go back to Ajax, but I really don't want to. Because something is going on here and they try to... Oh, is that a room we haven't seen? No, we have been on the roof. Yeah, something is going on here and the people in Ajax try to... I don't know. They don't want to learn about their own past. That is very weird. You just fell off of that? It is not so far, mistress. Shall we go back? There's nothing in the tree, right? Nope. Well, let's go back.
Darkness.
This is not the Nightingale. We're in that cave. 6? I hate robots. I hate them. They always do this kind of thing. Right before they give you the speech about how it was for your own good. Mistress? You were about to step on the small ant. My ethical core required me to lock you inside this packing crate. It's cold in here. Uh-oh. There you are. But he's headless. Where's your head? Mayari? Uh-oh. Professor? Is that you? There's no one here. You're quite alone. You might confess your lie quite safely. What? What lie? You're not what you claim. I know this, Mayari. You asked me to look, and I found so much. That is the voice of Renba. I am not Professor Mayari. Then she has sent someone else. She would not face me. And what I thought was true is true. Understand this. Lexi Mayari is not who she says she is. So, who is she? She's just what she appears to be. And nothing more. I don't understand. I sent her a brooch from the body, the Emperor's body, unburned, not even buried. She fooled them all, even me. You're Renba. I found you. Mayari told me you'd disappeared. She sent me to find you. There isn't time. I found something. Something that matters more than her lies. Tell Lexi there's a great darkness, an all-consuming hungry darkness. And it is coming. Darkness? There is an ancient place, an observatory. It is watching, and it holds the wires of our fate in its claws. What fate? The loop is a lie. As you know, I will find it before the vault is lost. The robots know, but they don't remember. Someone long ago made certain they would not remember. Renba, how do I help you? You have my apologies, mistress. I do not understand the question. Six? Yes, mistress. Observe we are not back on the Nightingale. There must be something wrong with the hopper. I will look into it. This way, mistress. Ooh, that was creepy. Yeah, we cannot trust Mayari. I knew there was something with this cave. There's light, this way. The problem is, can we then trust Six? Most probably not. We have to keep him from reporting back somehow. The coin. And we know about an unknown moon. You think it'll properly work now? I thought it would work last time. But I do not see much alternative. Shall I use the hopper again, mistress? Let's get out of here. I think we have seen everything, and if there didn't appear something new, then we are good. Don't leave the moon. I mean, we could come back, couldn't we? Be ready, mistress. And so we left the surface of the last emperor's hideout in the cyclones, with enough new information to locate a previously unknown site. Whoa, that's getting interesting. So we should go through our inscriptions one more time. All inscriptions. Goodness. So we got the brooch, and the brooch was from the dead man in the house. He had it on him, and Renba found it and sent it back to Ajax. So back then he still trusted Mayari. We translated it also properly. Huang showed me a passage from the Annals of Maswai, and we still do not know those two words, but we are pretty sure now that these indicate verbs, these indicate people or gods, and we know nothing about that. Then, found carved at the base of the Marcy goddess. We know that now. Yep. Everything can be translated here. So it is the holy water goddess. And we found a statue of her in the shrine here on that moon. That's funny because what do the emperors... Oh, maybe. So this moon was the hideout of the last emperors, and then later on, Mercians came, brought their own goddess, although no, the Mercian goddess is older than the emperors even. I still don't know what Mercy, or what role Mercy plays in the whole story here. Maybe they brought food or something. I mean, they must have had contacts to the outside. I don't know. Etched into the stones of the Mercian well, we know that it's the holy water. Nice. Then we found the purple robe, hidden in a box and buried on an airless moon by Renba. Do we know why? I mean, he found it. We know pilgrims pray. And if our theory here is right, it has to be pilgrims, and that makes sense because of the root of the word. Holy, God, whatever. So we leave it. Then we found a heavily scratched brass tablet together with the robe in the stash. And it helped us to trace an unknown moon that we now traced down already, or completely. But we do not know what that is. Either we should sail home or we cannot. Let's put that in. Or this is not a noun marker. So let's use together. But it doesn't matter. Because I think if we go back, it'll be gone. No, it remembers. Okay, cool. Then it does matter. Then we found a scratched inscription on a wall on this moon that we just left. I'm pretty sure about the eye, but I'm not sure about Watched in Stranger, but it does make sense. So the two emperors that lived there, and died there. Then saw someone coming, maybe from mercy. Who knows? Then we found an inscribed... oh, yeah, right. We found the coffer, and on the lid was an inscription. And this is... I'm pretty sure this is not right. Because who would write that on a chest with treasure inside? That is so weird. So, I don't know about that. Oh, we have another word that might be great. So this could be enormous and great. Yeah. Why not? River, water, value, truth. I don't know. Earth makes sense. Light makes sense. River is confirmed. Oh, light too. I'm still tending to the stars because of light. But we do not know. Then we found an ancient crown in that coffer. On rivers of light we sail. And everything we know but on, maybe towards, come on, and today, maybe forever. So we have night and day and forever. Yeah, that makes sense. I like that. Then we have carving above the hearth, and yeah, fire might not even be the right word here. Plus harvest, fields, but then there would be a plant. Yeah, I'll leave fire there because it was above the hearth. Then we have the dagger. Oh, that is why fire might be wrong. Because it's on the dagger. And there it doesn't make much sense, right? Emperor does something with fire. It's weird. And we don't know that word. Then we found that etched into the lintel. And light into night. Light from night. Light will night. If this is night and day. But it makes sense somehow. Then we have inscription etched into the shuttered window. Light of day. That's the same problem with night, day, never. Oh, so this would be a negative marker. Huh. We have to remember that, if that makes sense. Then found etched into a wooden marker. Oh, on the tomb, right. Never forget. That makes totally sense. But there is the same symbol. But not... There's a prefix and here's a suffix. So, yeah, that could mean something else. We'll leave it. Found carved into the tri-channel. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Will Rivers Earth? From Rivers Earth toward Rivers Earth? Should, toward, will? Are these questions? Earth here makes sense. Also because of the plants. Then found inscribed into the shrine. Emperors live forever. I don't know about that. Feared? Although, yeah, that makes sense though. Verb? We don't have many similarities. And this fits into this day-night time thing. Yeah. Then on the small clay figurine, goddess bless. What can she bless other than plants? Yeah, we leave it. That makes sense. And then found on the coin of great worth. Yeah, that also makes a lot of sense. And it's not a noun. We don't have a noun marker, so yeah. That must be it. Cool. That's all our translations. So I just wanted to review them in case we missed to correct something. But it seems to be okay for what we know now. Abroad the nightingale. We should sail to Ajax and tell Mayari what we have seen. And I'm sure she wants to see the crown. But we don't trust her. Did you forget already? But just look at this thing. The workmanship is beautiful. Obviously it is more than a simple crown, mistress. It's a symbol. This was Ajax's power, lost after the fall. To regain it would be a sign that Ajax was once more the center of the Nebula. More than that, mistress, I believe the metal is a casement for a mechanism of some kind. A mechanism? What kind of mechanism? Without opening it up, I cannot tell. Does it open? Not in any way I can see. But if it does contain a mechanism, I would expect a method by which it might be serviced. I have a friend on Elbereth who might be able to help. She'd be able to open it up and take a look at it safely. The occupants of Elbereth are hardly trustworthy. Oh, I am from Elbereth. I will bear that in mind. Oh man, that's crazy. But yeah. Oh, we can investigate all the things. That is so cool. But we will do that in the next episode. And I'm glad that we have a reason to go to Elbereth, because I want to see her birthplace. That should be interesting, and yeah, see what people she knows and visit her friends and such in her family. That should be very interesting, and I think we do that in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful and adventurous day, and goodbye.